Good morning. It is Sunday at 8:10 in the morning. It's also my first day of my menstrual, it sucks. It always sucks, trust me. But getting it over with is always nice, especially when it's been delayed. And I usually like to make plans around my menstrual cycle to make sure I'm not doing intense workouts or meeting somebody for the first time, like collaborating with a new person or something like that while I'm on my period, because my periods are really heavy and I just don't like being around people or traveling or being out of my home when I'm on my cycle. So I literally have put off hanging out with multiple people because I'm like, no, my period's gonna come, and it has just been, it's the first of the month, bitch, today. So almost for the whole month of February, I basically hung out with nobody except my girlfriend. And we went on a little hike and that was about it. But anyways, besides that, I broke my coffee pot yesterday. It was a whole thing on Instagram. You were probably there. Like literally everybody, my story blew up that day, which was so funny. I got a new coffee maker and everything, but I really wanted it just for the pot. I couldn't find the pot by itself, like one that was actually going to fit. So I got a whole new maker or whatever. Cool. Made a fresh pot of Mexican chocolate flavored coffee. It smells delicious. I can't wait to try it. But I'm about to make my coffee right now. And yesterday I also confirmed 2 trips finally, since I was like, finally my period's here, so I can actually book things out in like 2 weeks in advance with people. So I'm gonna go to Dallas. You guys know I've been wanting to make my way up to Dallas, and I'm doing an Airbnb out there on the lake for 2 nights, I think. It's like an hour 30 from Dallas, actually. Then whenever I check out, I'm gonna go to Dallas for the day. Then I'll probably drive back home, depending on how long that drive is. I might have to get a room, or I might thug it out and just drive home through the night. But then I'm also catching a flight in April, the first week of April. I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm going just yet. I feel like I want to keep that a little secret, a little surprise. But I also ordered my Fit Foods, and I was gonna do a pickup, but I'm like, like I said, don't like leaving my house when I'm on my period. So I'm definitely getting my meals delivered, and I'm excited about that because I'm like, thank God. I was thinking about meal prepping, but I'm like, I technically don't have to meal prep if I have my Fit Foods, and I still have a few left in there, but they are repeats. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep eating salmon right now. It's like not, I would love a beef of some sort. So I did get some like beef pot roast, turkey, pasta. I am also going to do some finance review as well, because it's, like I said, the first of the month and I haven't done finance review since the first week of February. I really would like to see how I did on spending this month, because I've been talking about it all month long. Don't go out and get coffee. Don't go out to Marshall's and just buy stuff. Don't go thrifting and just spending a whole bunch of money. So I literally did try to close my wallet just a little bit. I might have splurged a little bit here and there. My biggest expenses are always Airbnbs and solo dates and traveling. Even if I am just like doing like road trips, I just like to drive. So sometimes that is my biggest expense. I know insurance whooped my ass for the next 6 months, so at least that's taken care of. And then I also had something else too. But yeah, I'm also debating on whether I really do want to move or not, because that is in June. So I have another My Fit Foods order, and I'm gonna unbox it with you guys because okay, so we've got overnight oats, fit turkey pasta, over and over and over, because I absolutely could eat one every day, if I'm being honest. I did get a small size in almost, I think, everything that I got today, because I want to start eating more frequently throughout the day instead of eating big meals less often. Misty, get down. Stop it. Oh, shoot. Okay, this is Hawaiian. The Hawaiian, that's what it's called. More fit turkey pasta. Beef pot roast, over and over. I got another Hawaiian. I got a bougie mac and another pot roast. Those are amazing on freaking macros. It's 360 calories for 33 grams of protein. That's why I love. Misty, get down. Go. Curious cat, huh? And then I got 2 Southwestern chicken, or that's an Asian salad. This is a maple salmon salad. another one because they're delicious, okay? Who knew I'd like sweet salmon? Southwestern chicken salad, and then another Southwestern chicken salad. And that is everything. They do put ice packs in those, so don't mind that. Okay, so this is gonna feed me for the week. I will not be eating my fit foods 3 times a day. I think I'll do some Greek yogurts here and there. I'll probably do an egg sandwich, some toast with peanut butter, maybe some bananas. I just want to get my fixations so that these are quick and easy for when I need them. I also did finance review, personal finance review. I have not done the business finance review yet. Now I'm running into something else that's like a hiccup in my brain, because now that I'm creating content for YouTube, I'm like, if I go eat fast food for a full day for the sake of YouTube, is it technically a business expense or a personal expense? Right now it might be personal, but maybe like as I get, sorry, I look dead in the face, oh my god. Anywho, I spent $600 less in total in February than I did in January, but I actually in reality spent almost $1,200 less if I didn't pay off a debt and if I didn't pay 6 months of car insurance in full. So basically I'm taking those 2 huge expenses into account. That was $1,200 in total. So I'm like, if I don't have to pay 6 months of car insurance and I'm not gonna have to pay off a debt in March, those should not technically be an expense that I'm expecting to recur. So my expense list was only 2 pages instead of 4 in February. So I actually did an amazing job at cutting back on my spending, and I'm so proud of myself for that. Round of applause, pat on the back, you did good. So I'm gonna try to keep that up in March. And I'm gonna keep on grinding. I'm gonna keep paying to lock myself out of social media, except for like YouTube and shit like that. And yeah, today's pretty much just working and chilling. I have a couple of things I do need to catch up on, but other than that, we're just working. It is 4:30 p.m. and I spent a lot of time by the pool today working. I got some videos done. I'm probably going to read a few pages out of my book and still continue to edit and stuff. I still have like video ideas because I went through my old videos all day yesterday, like scrolled through my Instagram and found so many old video ideas that I can repurpose with new content. So like I can use the same template but with like more updated content. Does that make sense? Or sometimes I'll find like an old video of me saying something that I still holy fuck. My brain just absolutely like, what? Still say to this day, holy moly. Okay, never mind actually. Okay y'all, also it is March 1st and I have, like I've been telling you guys for a while, I've been struggling with, you know, staying on my phone too long, feeling like I'm not getting my things done like I should, not time blocking properly. So I'm gonna show you a hack that I have been using in this very notebook since 2023 that has got me to where I am today, okay? I'm gonna take you step by step through how I build myself a routine, a schedule, and figure out my priorities by using a notebook, okay? So you're gonna need some patience here because this is where I literally am I'm gonna do it for you. I'm gonna do it for you. Okay, so I'm gonna start on a blank page. Boom, right? The first thing I'm going to write down is all of the things that I like to do on a day-to-day basis that I want to do in my life, right? Whether that be work, whether that be making a trade, getting on the charts, watching a trading YouTube video, reading 10 pages, getting 10,000 steps, drinking a gallon of water, getting to the gym 5 days a week, building my business, or at least taking an hour out of my day to improve it before launch or take pictures for it, create content, do brand deals. I have so many things going on in my life all at the same time that I want to put everything down on the first piece of paper. I'm gonna write all of my priorities down. That's gonna be first. Okay, so I don't know if I'm missing anything as of right now, but what I have is daily trade, Solin, so my recipes, workout challenges, Instagram and collabs, my YouTube channel, Fatigue, my clothing brand, gym 5 times a week, 10,000 steps a day, And then I want to read at least 10 pages a day, and I also included sleep. That is a top priority for me right now. So usually when I do these, my lists are very long, but I actually have narrowed things down. Like I would have also put invest in real estate, learn about real estate, look into Airbnbs. I just can't do all of that right now. So what I'm actually looking into is what I just told you right now. So my next step after I write all of these down is I try to start scheduling out my day. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what time do I want to wake up, and I'm going to have my alarm set every day for that time. So I'm going to put together a little schedule, time blocking each thing, so I can tell you what that looks like. Okay, so I have my schedule down and I wrote it all down, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how I time blocked. I'm gonna wake up every day at 5:30 in the morning, and from 5:30 to 7:30 in the morning, I'm going to take my vitamins, make my bed, take pre-workout, and go to the gym. No breakfast. I'm gonna be doing it fasted. I'm gonna focus on cardio, steps, and lifting at least 5 days out of the week. My apps are going to stay locked until 7 in the morning, which means from 5:30 to 7, I'm going to be doing my chores, walking around, and my apps are going to be locked. So by the time I get on my apps for the first time in the morning, I should be basically done with my gym session and on the treadmill, which is a perfect time to unlock my apps. And if I find that I've finished my lift before and I'm on the treadmill already, I may or may not unlock my apps earlier just to get a head start on the next things that are going to be on my agenda, which is going to be from 7:30 a.m. to 8 a.m., which is shower, get my face on, and drink coffee. And then from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., I'm going to trade. And from 9 a.m. to 9:30, I'm gonna focus on breakfast, check in on Solon, plan any recipes. From 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., that's gonna be my first break of the day. So I'm gonna upload my first Instagram video of the day. It could be a collab, and then during that 30 minutes, once I've already uploaded, I'm gonna respond to comments, make sure I'm interacting so that that video does get pushed into the feed. And then after that, if I have extra time in that time period, I will edit and schedule any other video ideas that I have on my mind, because I do come up with a lot. But from 10:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. I will focus on my YouTube video, like starting my vlog, or if I've already been going throughout the day with a vlog, just like editing and touching it up, or editing a previous video that I want to do for the next week, studying the analytics and seeing what's working, thinking of content ideas and things like that. And then from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. that's going to be my snack time and read 10 pages, because I have a hard time reading at night right now. So I'm gonna just try to get that done in the daytime. And then from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to work on fatigue, and if I need to do any photo shoots for that, video shoots for that, or focus on launch ideas and how I want to market and promote that, or if I need to put the emails back together or marketing, whatever the case, I have a lot of things that I got to work on. So I allotted 2 hours out of the day for that. And then at 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. I'm gonna do my second Instagram video upload of the day. So that's going to be my lunch and break time. So I'll edit and schedule any other videos, ideas that I might have had throughout the day during that time while I'm eating lunch, and I'll scroll and interact during that time as well. And then during 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. I'm gonna catch up on anything that I missed, because sometimes I do get sidetracked, sometimes I forget, sometimes I run to the grocery store and it takes 2 hours, and a lot of these things get backed up and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't do. That happens a lot. So this is just to go off of something whenever I'm going throughout my day and I'm like, what should I do now? I have something to go off of, but it's never ever perfect exactly how I want it to go. So just keep that in mind. It seems very military, like I said, military perfect timing, but it doesn't always work out like this. So during 3 to 5 p.m. I'll catch up on anything that I might have missed throughout the day, and then from 5 to 7 p.m. I'll do dinner and start preparing to post my last Instagram reel of the day. And I'll also start preparing my preview for the YouTube video of the day. So I always screen record the funniest bits or the most interesting parts, and then getting it ready to post on my story with the link so you guys know when it drops. Then from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. I'm going to post the Instagram video, take a shower, pick up my apartment, put the freaking dishes in the dishwasher, whatever the case might be. And then from 8 to 9 p.m. I'm gonna hop in bed, wind down, and then by 9:30 p.m. I want to be asleep. That way, when I wake up at 5:30 in the morning, I've had 8 hours of sleep. So that's what my scheduling of my day looks like. But like I said, a lot of the times, this is just a baseline of what I would like my day to go like. Sometimes I'm ahead of schedule, sometimes I'm way behind schedule, sometimes I forget to do certain things, sometimes I don't even have things to do during certain time blocks. Like if I have content already scheduled, I don't need to worry about editing and uploading and scheduling. Like then I can move on to the next thing. So it's always going to be a little bit mismatched, but this is a good basis for me to have, and I always renew these every few months. So it's a good thing that it's March 1st, so that I'm starting this at the top of the month. But now I also want to dial in my gym program, my steps program, my cardio program, and my diet. So what I'm gonna do next now is I'm going to recalculate my macros, my calorie deficit, and I'm going to plan what I want to eat for the next week, almost identical every day, down to the exact measurement, down to the ounces of the sourdough bread that I want to eat, how many Greek yogurts I'm allowed to have in a day. Right now, I've kind of just been like, I want to fit things into my macros, but I'm going to grab and see what I can like put together. The most successful I have ever been is when I eat this exact same thing every single day, so much so to the point where I know without even looking or thinking about it how many grams of egg whites should go into my bowl before I put it in the cast iron. Like 82 grams exactly, like every day at the exact same time. When I do that, I am the most successful in my calorie deficit. I see the most results, and right now I'm just not that organized. So I just want to figure out what can I do meal wise to get organized with my daily eating routine. So right now that's what I'm going to focus on next, and I'll tell you about it when I'm done. My macros look like 1649 calories. That is going to vary by day. We'll talk about that in a second. Around 177 grams of protein, 143 grams of carbs, 31 grams of natural sugars, 27 grams of fiber, and 46 grams of fat. Okay, so what a day in my eating might look like from this point on, or actually I'm gonna meal prep some tomorrow, but we're gonna do, first thing that I'm gonna eat in the morning is 2 pieces of thin sliced sourdough bread with egg whites, and we're going to do Hass avocado, and then I'm also probably gonna throw on some banana peppers with red onion. That has been my absolute favorite go-to like breakfast sandwich. It's been so bomb, it's so filling. And then when I do my first snack of the day, I'm actually gonna have a Oikos vanilla yogurt like container, and I'm gonna take 2 Partake graham crackers and put them in, since those were really good and I tried that little viral cheesecake Biscoff but with my own little version. I'm gonna do it with the Partake graham crackers because I can afford it. I fit it in there. For lunch, I'm gonna have a MyFitFoods. So that can be up to 440 calories and around 50 grams of protein. Each size and each meal is different. So if I have the Fit Lean turkey, the macros might be different than if I have a beef smack. And I'm gonna have to then track my macros during that time, okay? I'm also taking into account my coffee. My coffee, I really only track my almond milk, but I'm gonna try to limit it to 2 cups per morning, okay? So that's gonna be a challenge in itself, but we're gonna try to keep that to a 2-cup minimum when it comes to almond milk. Then my snack after lunch later on in the day is going to be 1 pack of Safe Catch tuna, one of the flavored ones, or a can, depending on how much protein and calories I got out of my MyFitFoods from the previous meal. So it's all kind of depending right here, but this is going to be my, like I said, the baseline. Then for dinner, I want to meal prep this. I want to make some quinoa, chicken breast, pineapple chunks, and black beans, because I don't know, I'm just getting a Hawaiian fun summery vibe right now, and I think Hawaiian and chicken plus quinoa, if I did like a dash of amino soy, or the soy replacement, which is like amino, what is it called? They're called aminos or something like that. I've got it up there in the freaking thing, and it tastes just like soy sauce, but it's better. Then for dessert, I'm gonna use my Ninja Creamy again with a scoop or a half a scoop of protein powder, cocoa powder, and then unsweetened vanilla almond milk and a pinch of xanthan gum. So I'm gonna mix and blend all of that and then freeze it. It's gonna go in the freezer every day, and that's gonna be my dessert. Oh, and if I forget to make my freaking dessert, then I'll just have like another Oikos or something like that. But that's gonna be the baseline. That's what I'm going to tomorrow start my meal prep off thinking about. So I've got my MyFitFoods in there. That's not a problem. I've got my Safe Catch in there. That's not a problem. I need to go get the individual cups and some Partake graham crackers, the Greek yogurt and graham crackers. And then I need a pineapple. And then I have a can of black beans. I've got the chicken breast and I have the quinoa. I've got all of the other ingredients to make the Ninja Creamy stuff. So I basically have a majority of it. It's just gonna come down to me meal prepping and actually putting this all into action, okay? So now I have the times in which I'm gonna eat breakfast, the times in which I'm gonna snack, the times in which I'm gonna have lunch, another snack, and then dinner and dessert, okay? So I'm gonna try to eat 5 to 6 times a day. And like I said, this is gonna get me at around 1,700-ish calories and 180-ish grams of protein per day, okay? So this is making me feel better. I've got some sort of routine going. I'm even gonna screenshot this and keep this in my phone. But now I'm going to like think about my gym. What am I gonna do in the gym, okay? Now I'm gonna figure that out. Okay, so for my gym, I basically have kept my schedule the same, but I'm just changing up the types of cardio that I want to do and like noting what kind of structure I want to do for each day. So for Monday, I want to rest, but I'm going to do steps, and that means probably doing slow steps on my walking pad, which means if I have something to do on a Monday, get on the walking pad. My thing about rest days is I hate sweating. I don't like sweating 10 days out of the week, okay? 10 out of 7 days of the week. I hate getting up and just sweating because sometimes I actually want to like get myself ready and I want to like take pictures, but I can't do that when I'm fucking sweaty as fuck. So on those days, I might just do slow steps throughout the day, sometimes taking a 1.2 speed where you're just it's like you're basically just standing and barely shuffling your feet. I will do that instead of getting no steps at all. So there's that. On a Monday. Tuesday is legs. I'll do 20 minutes of like intense cardio, which is going to be either an incline walk where I'm just profusely sweating. I sweat a lot, so like more recently I've only been worrying about steps and not actually like getting my heart rate up. So I want to get my heart rate up for at least a steady 20 minutes before or after hitting legs, probably before, so I can warm up. Then I'm gonna hit legs, and then I'm gonna get probably back on the treadmill until I hit 10,000 steps, or almost like maybe 9,500 or something like that, while I'm like going through Instagram and doing things like that, or until 7:30 in the morning. Okay, sometimes legs take longer than I expect. But Wednesday is gonna be upper body, and I'm gonna do 30 minutes of intense cardio. So it's gonna either be like sprints, jog, stairs, and then I'm gonna do upper and then make sure that I hit 10,000 steps or am there until 7:30 in the morning on the treadmill. Then I'm going to do Thursday legs again, 20 minutes of intense walking cardio. So either on an incline or doing like probably not stairs on a leg day, but just intense like incline. So I'm breaking a sweat, warming up, hitting legs, then getting back on until I hit 10,000 steps or 7:30 in the morning. And then Friday, I'm gonna do like what I said on Monday, complete rest, or if I want to do steps, I'm gonna do a super slow pace steps where I'm just like basically dragging my feet along so that I'm not just sitting stagnant all day long, just getting some sort of movement without having to sweat my ass off. Then on Saturday, we're gonna do legs again. I'm hitting legs 3 times a week, y'all, because I recover my legs fairly quick, especially with how much protein I eat. I stretch a lot, I'm moving a lot, and I've been working out for 3 years straight, so my body does recover fairly quick, especially with creatine and all types of stuff like that. 20 minutes of cardio again. That's gonna be intense, just making sure that I'm sweating for at least 20 minutes, and then hitting legs, getting 10,000 steps. And then on Sunday, it's gonna be a core day, so I'm gonna be focusing mainly on core and cardio, and that's gonna be like the most intense cardio day of the week. I'm going to do stairs, jog, or sprint. That and Wednesday are gonna be my 2 like intense cardio days. The other ones are going to be steady state, but also keeping your heart rate up for a steady amount of time. And then the other 2 are just making sure that I'm getting some sort of movement in without profusely sweating. Okay, does that make sense? So, but throughout those days, I think I'm actually going to try to keep this one meal plan. I reached out to a friend and I asked her advice because she's like very much knowledgeable in the topic of personal like training, body building and things like that, and I asked her what she thought. She was like, you could definitely carb cycle and fat cycle like throughout the week, where you do like some days lower calorie, some days higher calorie, and then adjust the carbs and fat. That's very much advanced, and right now I think I just need to focus on getting consistent with tracking everything and making sure that I'm like actually sticking to my cardio, getting my steps in, and getting to the gym, and just sticking to a routine first. If I ever do want to try that though, I noted what she told me, and so I was really appreciative that she gave me that tip. But for now, I think I'm just gonna stick with like the meal plan that I came up with for at least a week and see how it does, and then we can adjust from there. But I'm done rambling. I know this is going to be a longer video than usual now because I actually wanted to sit down and bring you like through what I've been doing since 2023. This is literally what I've done. I literally sit down, write everything down. Every aspect of my life must every minute of my day needs to be accounted for. Just like every dollar you spend needs to be accounted for, that's how you become successful. Having that routine, having that schedule, and even if you don't abide by it every single day, it is a baseline, and you can always look back at it and go, that's exactly what I was supposed to be doing at 2 p.m. That's exactly what I said I was going to do at 8:30 p.m. That's exactly why my bed was made at 7 a.m. and whoop-de-whoop, you got alarms set for things, and you got things going on all the time, okay? So just make sure that every minute is accounted for, every dollar is accounted for, every calorie is accounted for. That's how you become successful in every aspect of your life. So get in your notebook and start writing things down, sis. Love you.